guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be fun to show you guys what we get at Costco. We did a huge Costco haul last night, and with the video I just released about kind of our journey on the ketogenic lifestyle. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below, but we have been kind of living this lifestyle for almost 2 years now. So we just have gotten really good at knowing what to buy. So I thought I would share with you guys the things that we pick out usually on a regular basis whenever we head to Costco. It can be a great way to save money on a lot of things that are much more expensive at the grocery store. So for us, it's definitely worth it to have a Costco membership. So first I'm gonna go through all of the things from like the refrigerated and freezer aisle, and then I'll go more through the dry goods. So I'll start out with the meat that we always get. One of the things we love to get are these kielbasa. They make a really fast, easy dinner. A lot of times I'll just slice these up on a sheet pan with some Brussels sprouts, and you barely need any seasonings or anything. So it's a really quick, easy meal. Easy lunch. You can just throw them in the microwave or saute them up in a pan. So really awesome thing to have in hand. And the ingredients in this are super, super clean, which is something I'm really looking for, especially in the new year. I'm just becoming a lot more aware of the ingredients that are in food. And really the only ingredients in here are beef, water, sea salt, and some flavorings, and very, very, very low in carbs. So another thing I like to pick up at Costco is their organic meats. So right here I have the organic chicken breast. I really like that these are already sectioned off. So I don't need to separate these when I get home and put them in freezer bags to put in the freezer. They're really easy to just cut one off, leave that in the fridge to eat this week, and then throw the other two in the freezer. For me, convenience is super important to just kind of stay diligent with having healthy things on hand. The other organic meat I like to pick up from Costco is the organic ground turkey, which is kind of the higher fat version. On keto, you really don't want the turkey breast. You want to make sure you get the turkey with some of the dark meat in there, so there is some of that fat. And so again, these are pre-portioned and just really easy to throw some quick meals together with the ground turkey. Another organic meat I always grab is the organic ground beef. This one is an 85-15 blend. So you definitely want on keto something on the higher fat end. You're not looking for the like leaner cuts of ground beef. So this is a really good one to have. And again, it's all pre-portioned and sectioned off. So going into vegetables that we get from Costco, it is significantly less expensive to get vegetables at Costco, especially with how much we eat throughout the week. This bag of broccoli, for instance, is 48 ounces, and at the grocery store you get much, much smaller portions that cost as much as this huge bag. So this will last us through a week, almost 2 weeks, and everything actually does stay really fresh, and I never have any issues with anything going bad. If you felt like something was gonna go bad, you could always just pop some of these in a freezer bag and throw them in the freezer as well, and then pull them out when you need them. My favorite vegetable to get at Costco is their fine French green beans, and I throw these in the air fryer with a seasoning that I'll show you in a moment that I get at Costco as well. But I throw some olive oil or avocado oil in the air fryer with some seasoning on them, and these are almost just like French fries. They get really crispy and kind of give you that feeling. They are so delicious. And then always grab Brussels sprouts. We love Brussels sprouts in our house. They're great to make with bacon, in the air fryer, in a sheet pan. Lots of different ways to make Brussels sprouts, but Costco's a really great price for these. And I always grab a big container of their organic baby spinach. It's great to throw into smoothies for the boys, saute it up with some garlic. Lots of uses for this, make it in salads, and it's very inexpensive at Costco as well. And then another vegetable that I get more in their frozen section is the organic rice cauliflower. It's way less expensive to get it this way than it is to get it fresh, and there are so many uses with cauliflower. We make cauliflower mashed potatoes, and we use this almost like a rice substitute with a lot of our meals, and it really gives you that feeling like you are having some rice or carbs with your dinner, which especially in the beginning of starting keto, that can be really, really helpful. And then another thing that I pick up that's in more of the refrigerated section is the organic whole milk string cheese. I do not eat dairy, but the kids and my husband do, and this is a great price, and actually really hard to find at the grocery store is organic whole milk cheese. You really want to avoid anything that says like part skim or anything like that. And for me, especially in dairy, organic is really important. So just really pay attention to the ingredients and what you're picking out at Costco or any store. You really want to make sure you're always getting whole milk when it comes to anything with dairy. That's when they remove the fat, there's a lot more sugar left in the dairy, and the carbohydrate count will be a lot higher. So in their dry good area and things that do not need to be refrigerated, one of the things I love to pick up at Costco that is much more affordable than at a grocery store is their oils. This time I picked up some avocado oil, but I also get their olive oil. They have coconut oil, lots of different options. As you kind of get into keto, you'll learn about the different oils and kind of how healthy they are for you. One of the big things you want to avoid is like canola oil and vegetable oil, and go for much more healthier versions of oils, and they're much less expensive when you get them through Costco. So the seasoning I was just talking about that I put on our green beans and on a ton of other things is this everything bagel seasoning. They have a version of this at Trader Joe's that is extremely popular, and Costco now came out with their own brand, so it is much more affordable and in a much bigger container. So another thing that I like to pick up at Costco that saves you a ton of money is this Rouse pasta sauce. One of the things with pasta sauce you really want to pay attention to is the sugar content. A lot of pasta sauces have very high levels of carbohydrates and sugars added, and this one does not. It has 6 grams of carbs with 1 gram of fiber, so you're about 5 net carbs for a serving of this pasta sauce, which is probably half as what most are in the grocery store. You can pick up this pasta sauce at most grocery stores, but the cost of it is going to be probably the cost of 2 of these is equal to 1 in the grocery store, so a huge savings with this. So another thing I like to pick up at Costco is avocados. This bag of 6 avocados is under $6, so a little bit more affordable than they are at the grocery store. They're typically not ripe yet though, so if you are needing avocados for that day, this isn't the best place to grab them, but they are not ripe yet, so it's something you really want to pay attention to, because you know with avocados, like in 3 seconds, they go from being perfect to overly ripe. So I really like to keep some keto snacks on hand, especially with how much we travel and we are in the RV, things that are really easy and healthy to eat. And one of them is these organic roasted seaweed packs. If you haven't tried them before, you would be really surprised at how good they are. We had our neighbor across the street try some, and he was surprised how much he liked them as well. Seaweed has just really good levels of iodine, which is great for you and gives you some nutrients that you wouldn't typically get in a lot of the food you eat, and gives you kind of that salty, savory snack if you're into like having chips and things like that. Another thing that's kind of in the same category of like a chip or like a salty snack are these wisps, which are way less expensive to pick up at Costco than they are at a grocery store. These are the Parmesan cheese wisps that my husband primarily eats. The nice thing is these are made of Parmesan cheese, so if you are like sensitive to dairy at all, Parmesan cheese is very, very low in lactose, so you may not have any kind of reaction with a snack like this. So it might be something you want to give a try, but you can use them to use as dips or just a snack on their own. And then another item we love in this house is some pork rinds, and these are a really high quality pork rind. Obviously, pork rinds are not all created equal. Some come from pigs that who knows how they were raised and all of that, and these are humanely raised and are a much healthier version for you, and they taste amazing. So these are great to use as a dip for tons of different things. So these are something we always have on hand. You can always grind them up too and use them almost like breadcrumbs. Lots of uses for pork rinds in a ketogenic lifestyle. So this keto snack mix we picked up like a month ago, and I didn't see it this time at our Costco, but it doesn't mean it won't be at yours, so you might want to look out for it. We really enjoyed this. It just has a mix of different nuts and those little probiotic cheese balls, which are kind of similar to Wisp. It's more of like a freeze-dried cheese ball. So just something easy to grab that's in your pantry that you know you can eat, that's like ketogenic friendly and easy to grab and eat on the go. Another item that I get at Costco that I've actually had for a little while, but I wanted to show you guys, is their almond flour. Again, super affordable to get this at Costco. And the carb count on this is really low. So there's 5 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. So you're right around 2 grams of net carbs for a serving of this almond flour. And I love to make chocolate chip cookies with this. There's some really great recipes out there on how to make some low carb chocolate chip cookies, and it will really help you with your sweet tooth. So this is always a really good thing to have on hand and be able to make yourself some like sweet treats. So something else I grabbed this trip that I had never picked up before, but I did try it before I filmed this video just so I could let you guys know what I think about it, and it was so good. I actually made a smoothie for my 2-year-old with it, and he really liked it, and I like the flavor of it as well. With protein powders, it's really important to me to have very clean ingredients. There can be a ton of hidden things in protein powders, even if they are low carb. And that's something I, again, am really paying attention to. So the ingredients in this is just collagen peptides, which is the form of protein for this protein powder. So this also has some MCT powder in it as well, which is so good if you're on a ketogenic lifestyle, to have that good fat in here. And then there's just some cocoa powder, sea salt, and organic stevia, which is my preferred sweetener, is to always use stevia because it does not upset your tummy at all. So I thought this would also be really cool to try mixed in almost like a coffee creamer to give it more of like a mocha feel. Justin just grabbed these. They were like hidden behind in our car. But this is also something I picked up for the very first time at Costco, and I was so happy to find. We're about to go on a trip to Turks and Caicos, so whenever we do travel, I like to bring as much as of my own snacks as I can, because I never know what's going to be available, and I want to make sure I feel good when I'm on vacation as well. So these are beef sticks. This is an area where you really want to read labels, especially when you're somewhere like Costco. Not all like beef jerky and beef sticks are created equal. If you look at the ingredients on the back, most add sugar and have a ton of carbs in them, and this is a super clean version of them, and I was really impressed with the ingredients. So again, you just have grass-fed beef, sea salt, and then a bunch of different seasonings, so there's no preservatives or anything in this, and no sugar, which is very, very rare to find in like a beef jerky or a beef stick. This actually has only 0 grams of carbs, so I was very excited to find this product. Another great thing to get at Costco is their organic coffee. It's much less expensive there, so I would definitely check out their coffee selection if you are a coffee drinker. And the last thing we grabbed on this trip to Costco is this big giant thing of Spindrift water. This is something we love to drink, but it can be kind of expensive at the grocery store. So it is much less expensive to grab it at Costco. So with this water, you just want to be a little careful with how much you drink in a day, because they do sweeten it with real fruit. And it does contain a little tiny bit of carbohydrates. So they can really add up. So if you're drinking like 6 of these a day, you're really gonna be getting a significant amount of carbohydrates. But for 1 or 2 a day, this is just a great alternative to kind of mix up drinking your water. And they taste so good, and they have all natural ingredients. There are no natural flavorings or artificial flavorings in them. It's just the real fruit. So these are something we really love to grab as well. So we do get a few more things at Costco that I did not pick up on this trip. So I will list those in the description box down below, so you can check those out as well. One of the things I don't typically grab at Costco that can save you a ton of money is their meat selection there, as far as like steaks go and pork chops and things like that. We tried to get them in the past, and then I would freeze a ton of them, and I'm just not really good at pulling things out and thawing them, and a lot of it would go bad before we used it, freezer burn, things like that. So you just kind of have to know how you live and function to make sure the cost really is effective for you. Also, I'm really paying attention this year to buying more organic meat and meat that was humanely raised, because I think that's just really important for our bodies and for the environment. So, but that's more of a personal decision. So depending on your budget and what you need to do, Costco is a great place to also pick up some more meat besides the organic selection that I showed you today. So that is all for today's video. I will continue sharing a few of the different places that I also pick up some ketogenic friendly foods. I just placed an order with Thrive Market, which is the first time I am trying that. I compared the prices to Whole Foods because I was just there recently, and there was significant savings there as well. So I'll share when that order comes in some of the items I picked up through Thrive Market as well. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below what videos you'd like to see from me regarding like the ketogenic lifestyle or anything else that you would find helpful. So I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.